Welcome to yet another episode of Roll Call, TTSH Nursing's very own podcast, brought to you by TTSH Nursing Organisation Development and the Centre for Asian Nursing Studies. I'm Kim, I'm your host as always for Roll Call, and today, join me in welcoming some of my colleagues turned very good friends, the girlies from the Nurses of TTSH social media team, Chloe and Afina. Every day at work, people ask me, can or not, 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 can or not. I don't know if I can. Well, here at the Centre for Asian Nursing Studies, not only can we can't. So guys, people have been very interested to find out more about us. Tell us more about yourself. Maybe Chloe start first?
Sure. Hi, my name is Chloe. I've worked in Tan Tock Seng Hospital for about 5 years now, and I'm in a general surgery ward.
Hi, my name is Afina. So I'm from NICU and I've been working in Tan Tock Seng for 3 years.
Yeah. So what are your nursing backgrounds? Or like, do you guys both study nursing in uni or diploma? How is it like? Your journey so far for you guys?
For myself, I did nursing in NUS. Yeah, it's a degree. But for that, actually, before that, I did polytechnic studies, but it was in business, actually. Yeah, in human resource.
Afina also, right?
Yeah.
You did a switch.
Actually, mine is similar to Chloe. I also did business in polytechnic, and after that, I worked in the maritime export industry for like 3 years. Then after that, I decided to do a mid-career switch into nursing.
So
yeah.
You have 3 girlies here who did career switches from poly into our degrees in nursing. So what made you guys make the switch and choose nursing for your degree and like come to work in nursing?
I guess for me, it's like, I didn't really particularly enjoy the kind of 9 to 5, hours. And like the rush crowd, the lunch crowd, oh my God, it was not great. And I also had this kind of like interest in the healthcare as well as the medical industry. So I just pivoted towards nursing.
Yeah, so for me, similar to Chloe also, I couldn't do like the 9 to 5 routine. Like I find it like every day, your day is just repeating, like eat, sleep, repeat, eat, sleep, repeat.
Right.
Yeah, and then after a while, I felt like, wow, I needed to break out of this cycle. So I actually took like 1 year, like I just quit my job, and I took like 1 year gap year, and I just worked at a bakery.
Oh my gosh,
Just fun employment.
And then every day just eating breads and then chilling with my co-workers, which are mostly like aunties, which I really love them. They're really wholesome. Yeah. And then I feel like every time I would disappoint someone when I say this story because they think like, oh, you switch to nursing, then there must be like some kind of big
like amazing reason,
yeah,
right?
amazing reason, like maybe like someone close to you or what, like inspire you to join nursing. But for me, it was just like, because I was thinking of what to do. Then I just saw the ad, the Care to Go Beyond ad.
Shout out Care to Go
It
Beyond.
works, yeah.
It works.
So yeah, so I kept seeing it like repeatedly, like on the MRT, on the bus, then when I like scroll the internet or what, then I thought like, okay, nursing could be fun. So here I am.
Yeah. So okay, so all of us did our degrees in nursing, and then you guys of course came out and graduated, and then we started work as nurses. So all our foundations have been in clinical nursing. So maybe let's kind of move to the main focus of this episode, which is like our Nurses of TTSH, like the social media page. So I think in previous episodes I shared before, like for me, my background was in comms. So this kind of portfolio kind of like makes sense. But how all of this started, maybe we can just share a little bit of like background, like especially to people who aren't familiar with it. So all of us met through Robust, which is basically Recruitment Operations and Business Strategic Team. So it's a team under TTSH Nursing. Shout out to our boss, Sister Prima and Brother Ibnu. Shout out to you guys. So it's basically led by them, and we do a lot of like recruitment and retention efforts. So things like open house, reaching out to the students who are sponsored to TTSH, and then of course, about 2 years ago, we were given the social media portfolio, or like just this fun little project to work on. So originally the team, I don't think at the point Afina wasn't with us yet.
Yeah,
she wasn't in
wasn't
Robust yet. So it was me, Megan, who sadly is doing her master's now, so that's why she's not here. Chloe and Vu and Jane. Wow, shout out to Jane, man. Yeah, but Jane is currently a sister, so that's why she couldn't continue her portfolio with us as well. So originally, I think like our projects we were tasked to just kind of like
Have fun.
just have fun.
Yeah.
Just do some fun videos to showcase like how fun TTSH nursing can be. But then of course it has grown into the page that it is today, which we are all very, very thankful and very, very honored to have. And last year, Afina joined us as well on the team. So especially since you guys aren't comms trained, right? When we got this certain portfolio, how do you guys feel? And how has it been like so far exploring this portfolio? Because it's a very unconventional like nursing
it is,
portfolio
it is.
to have. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like at first at the start. I mean, it was like all fun and games. Then we were just like rolling about, like
Rolling about.
with like our small team, coming up with creative ideas and just playing around with what we feel is fun and enjoyable. And then there are the more others parts that we have to come down to, which is like discussing with our corporate comms, which can be cleared, must take into account and consideration what the audience may feel and all. And slowly, I think it's more of a gradual kind of process for me. So it's not like I'm just like totally thrown in there. Yeah. So I feel it's still quite manageable in a sense that. Yeah.
I think for me personally, right, when my friends found out that I was in the social media, a lot of them were shocked because it was definitely out of my character. Like before this, I don't really use like social media that much. Then I'm like very low profile. And then suddenly they saw my face on TTSH of nurses, and they were like, nurses of TTSH. Sorry.
TTSH from nurses, girl.
Like they suddenly saw my face on nurses of TTSH. And
Yeah.
like, Afina, is this you? Like this is so out of your character. So I still remember the day when my ward brother approached me and asked like, Afina, are you interested in this position? Because they are looking for a new face, right? And then like deep inside I was like, oh hell no.
So
like,
when they approached you already, it was like, you want to join the social media team?
like the way he pitched to me, like yes, like can you make videos? Can you edit videos? But in my heart I was like, oh no, definitely not. But outside I was like, yeah, sure. But I'm glad I said yes lah, because it really opened up to a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't normally be open up to. Yeah.
Before like our team formed, right? I remember like none of us knew each other. Who is sitting behind escaping this podcast interview? He's sitting right behind the camera, okay? But before this, like none of us knew each other. I only knew Chloe from school because we were 1 year apart in school. But everyone else didn't know each other. Then I remember all of us, like, we bonded pretty fast. And I think because it's such a fun portfolio to have, right? It's really like a fun friend group CCA kind of thing. Like outside, after work, then you like, hey, you go and meet your friends from your CCA. Then you like feel fun videos. Then I remember when we were looking for a new member because Jane had to leave. Then Sister Prema, I think she sent us your photo. Then
Oh
we
my
were like,
God, are you
Oh
serious?
my gosh, like this girl is so pretty.
You know, it was during
so
like
pretty.
mid-morning shift and it was like the morning rush. And then my brother was like, okay, first I need to take a selfie. And I was just like, I was like,
Right on
this
the
is the
spot.
worst. Yeah, I was like, this is the worst time to take my selfie. And it's like, first I need to send your picture to sister.
Yeah, then I remember before that also, like it was quite difficult for us to meet because all of us are of course still on shift work because we're all kind of like hybridish. But for you guys, you're still mostly in clinical. Then I remember we were trying to get Afina in our videos and we're trying to like slowly introduce people to her, but she couldn't be inside. So if you scroll down on our page, right, you can see her first video with us, right? It's just her by herself trying to explain like the nursing
different.
discipline abbreviations, and she like wrote all the abbreviations on her arm. And I remember like, I think it was on one of my office hours days, then I was at CHI, and then I remember I saw Afina like walking, then she was just walking by herself. And I was like, dude, I was like, where do you film the video? She was like, I just went into one of the rooms and filmed it by myself.
I was trying to find like, a hidden corner. And I was like, oops, Kim caught me.
It's so cute. And I remember one of my first few thoughts was like, she's really tall.
Yes,
This girl
yes.
is so tall compared to the rest of us.
Can I just say my first thoughts?
What?
I was like, oh my god, Kim is so small. Like,
What? How legit?
yeah, like, it's like you're cuter in real life. Like, cute.
Like I look big in the videos.
No, you look normal size, but in real life you're cuter.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
Good save. Girl, I can see her forehead being popping out. She's stressed.
Later you need to block me again, can you not?
Okay, so I mean, of course, we've been through a lot. Even though I think it's been like about 2 years. We are like slightly less than 2 years old.
Yeah.
I think our page, right? Has there been any memorable experiences or like just really good memories that you guys have had so far? The good stuff first.
Good stuff. I think usually most of the times that we actually meet is just really just a very fun, enjoyable session. Even though sometimes like after shift or like we come on our off days. But it's a different part of nursing and like away from the clinical side. So I guess it really just like gives us this sense of, I don't know, like new energy and like this freedom of sorts. we get to explore our creativity on the sites lah. So I think most has been like rather enjoyable.
Yeah.
And one of the things I didn't expect to happen is that people will notice us like pretty fast. Because I joined them quite late, right? Like maybe like 1 year, 1 year after they started.
Yeah.
And then I remember like we did the shark video with the
Speech
Speech
therapy.
therapies.
Right? Yeah. So after we did that shark video, and then like a few days after, I sent my patient to MRI. And then after that, the moment I stepped into the MRI room, right, then the MRI techs were like, "Hey, yo, this TikToker!" And then you know what's the worst part? They started singing the shark song, like all of them together.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh my God, this is not happening
Wait,
right
like,
now.
The speech therapies version.
Yeah, the speech therapy. No. The shark, the
Like
shark
baby
song.
shark,
Yeah,
yeah,
they were
baby
singing the shark song. And then the worst part was like my patient was GCS 15, like alert and conscious. And then she was just looking at me and was like, who the heck is my nurse? Yeah, what's going on? Why are you singing the shark song to her? Yeah, so far it's been very fun and
So I guess
unexpected.
you like the fame lah.
No, it's not. It's just very unexpected and like you don't know how to react sometimes. It's like you want to hide,
I agree.
yeah, you want to hide but you can't.
I think because really like genuinely at the start, right? Like it was really just a small side fun project. Like
Yeah.
that was really the idea. So like we really did not prepare for this at all. And like literally just now, right? So before this shoot, actually we were buying some food downstairs. Then we were queuing. Then there was this bunch of doctors sitting down. Then they were like, oh my gosh, like, like you can hear quite loudly. I don't know whether they purposely speak very loud or what, but then I could hear them like, hey. Then they pull out phone. Then they're like, hey, you guys are the one. Then we were like,
And then they show us a picture of someone,
Yeah. So I mean, of course, like it's fun and it's very funny and like you know like when people say these kind of things, of course if you're in a good mood, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
But at the same time, because most of the times we are in clinicals, I mean, what I can say is that from my experience is, I would say I don't say it's a bad thing, but I feel like I have that pressure to make sure that I'm always nice.
like,
Sorry,
presentable,
how do I say
yeah,
this? Like,
professional,
you know,
yeah.
it really gives you that added pressure, but I would say, I mean, I see it as like a good thing. Like I have to really like snap myself back and be like, hey, okay, it holds me to this other kind of standard because what we're doing is very public, which can be quite scary, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Like, you know, sometimes you're just like so busy at work, right, that you're not smiling, but you may just appear to be a little bit standoffish, a little bit rude to other people. But then like when someone recognizes you, you have to be like, oh yeah, oh hi, oh how can I assist you? Like, I mean, we do this on a normal basis.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Like, but it's still there has that switch, you know.
Like you feel like you can never have that one bad day because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are
correct.
always held to that standard. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You never know,
I
like
agree.
someone be like, aren't you the one?
Yeah, like, hey, you know the one, hey, you know, she called her on the phone, she got, whoa, dude. Yeah, and I feel like for us, I feel like it's mostly still within like the healthcare people.
correct.
But I know for Vu, like even my patients recognize him also,
Yeah.
right, Vu?
He's very popular.
Yeah, he's very, very
There's a large
popular.
fan base
So
actually.
yeah, so like even like patients and all that. So there is definitely that added stress lah,
Yeah.
you know, when it comes to this portfolio. So I mean, of course, on top of that, have there been any other like challenges that you faced or you feel like we faced together as a social media team?
I think it's like mostly knowing what to filter out and like what not to post, like all the sensitive contents and all. Because when I first joined, right, I actually asked Kim like, how is the vetting process like? Because I really thought like every single TikTok or every single like content we put out, there'll be like a panel of judges just watching our video and then be like, okay, whether
No,
approve
yeah,
or
no.
not. Yeah, that was really like the thought process in my head. Then when Kim said it was actually like pretty chill, it's just like them shooting, and after that they just send to maybe brother or Farts, brother James
Shout
or
out to
Farts,
Farts. Yeah.
Farts, yeah, shout out to Farts. You know, I never met him, but it feels like I know him because of how much we talk about him. Yeah.
Best.
Okay, he knows you.
Oh, you know, okay, hi Farts. Yeah, so I think one of the main challenges is like filtering out like what we can film and what we can't. Like sometimes you might think that it's very fun and interesting, and then like one of us will say, hey, this one I think maybe we can't lah. Like maybe not at this point right now, a bit sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we more or less rather know like kind of like what to filter out and like what can be like acceptable in like societal norms, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think we still not too bad, I would
Correct,
say. But we've had hiccups lah, like along the way.
Of course. Learning journey, of course. Yeah, but I mean, through, of course, the downs and the ups, like I think it's really shown us how supportive of a culture there is here in TTSH. I think like we've been very, very thankful because I don't think that I think whatever we're doing now in this particular portfolio is very unique and very rare portfolio to have. And for like, you know, of course, like the higher ups and the bosses to encourage the ground staff to like be creative and to do all these kind of things, right? I feel like it's very like whoa, like it's something very unheard of.
Correct.
It's like a
Yeah,
step
that's
into
true.
the unknown for them actually to like have this trust in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So, and all the more so because like majority of the team is not really comms trained. But I think like one thing that I'm very thankful is, of course, everyone is always very willing to learn things and picks up things very, very fast. So I think it's just all these different factors that so far has just made things work. You know, and it's just very good vibes.
Yeah.
Just good vibes all around, you know? Yeah.
You know, actually, before I joined, right, because I was the last member to join, I was actually like pretty nervous because I thought like, you know, oh, these people from social media, like post all the TikTok, they're gonna be snobbish, they're gonna be like, you know,
Excuse me?
very like, you can't sit with us, like, you know. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that they're all actually very welcoming and nice. Yeah. Like even though I joined late, but they tried to include me in everything. Yeah, so thank you.
I mean, like, I think that moves us perfectly into like the next question as well, which is the future of our page. I think so far our page has been a lot of us being clowns. Not gonna lie, being be for real. You know, like us being clowns and all that. But I think slowly we're starting. I mean, even with this podcast, we really want to feature and use this page to really just advocate and feature the nurses on the ground who are like doing so many different things. Like on top of even like, of course, clinicals is such a heavy part of it, right? But I think there's just so many projects and so many passions that our nurses have that aren't necessarily always showcased or even still is very internal. But because now we have this page, we can really show it to the world
Yes.
what TTSH nursing is all about. And I think for that, like, I mean, that's something that we are very, very passionate about and that we really hope to do, especially in the coming years. Is there anything else that you guys would like to share, you know, about our future or like exciting things to look forward to?
I think for our future, you can just don't have any expectations, honestly. Like,
Yeah, you never know what we might
never
put out.
know.
Yeah, you never know
Like,
who we might
yeah.
be collabing with.
honestly, some of our ideas just like come up spontaneously. Like suddenly we may be at work on shift one day and then like, oh, I have this idea. Then we like
Yeah.
text in the group, oh, how about we do this? You know, like, yeah, it's just like so spontaneous and we don't really know, or we have like a backlog or a timeline of like things that we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly like OT, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
like a very common misconception that a lot of people have, like when they ask us about our team and everything, right? They're like, so what's your content calendar? Like, what's your timelines like? Like, how do you guys plan stuff? Then it's like, honestly, it's just vibes, man. It's just vibes. So I think like with regards to like, I mean, if let's say there's anyone watching who has like this certain kind of passion that is maybe a little bit unconventional to nursing, but you're trying to see how you can bring it into your work. I think to start projects of like that is really, really good. Of course, if you have the resources, then sure. But I think it's really important to just find a group of people who you can really vibe with.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
that really helps, especially because of to keep things sustainable, even if let's say you don't have like protected time from the start. You know, all these kind of things come with time, right? But I think what has really kept us going is just really like how supportive we are of each other.
Yeah.
You really find that like this new community outside of your ward that you can really count and rely on. And I think that has been I'm having stroke. That has been what?
Girl. And
Check
then
her
you just
GCS,
said,
check her
"Wow,
GCS."
My GCS. I feel like that has been what has been keep us going. You get what I mean?
That's the gist.
That's the gist of it. Yeah, and I think with that, anyone else has anything else that you would like to share before we end the episode?
Well, I mean, you can always come and visit us. You know,
Not as a patient.
not
please.
as a
No,
patient,
no,
definitely
no.
not, definitely not. Yeah, everyone please be safe. But you know, you can find out more about us, you know, just DM us or even find on our official page. And we are also having an NHG open house soon, which is in April.
20-something.
Yeah, so I think it's like a collaborative like NHG open house. I think it'll be at Woodlands, right?
Woodlands
Yeah, Woodlands
Hospital.
campus.
Yep. Yeah, so if you're free, pop by, visit us. We'll see you there. And of course, okay, if you can't make it to the open house, and of course, as always, if you have any questions at all, you want to be part of the team, you want to find out what's going on at TTSH Nursing, or you just have any questions about nursing life, advice, etc., just drop us a DM. We are always here to help, and we'll try to answer your questions as much as possible. Yeah? Okay, so I guess that concludes this episode of Roll Call. Thank you so much, Chloe and Afina, for joining me. You'll definitely see lots more of them on this page. And remember that you can also check out our podcast on Spotify at Nurses of TTSH.
Don't forget to visit our page for more videos. Like, share, and subscribe, and drop some comments.
And follow us on TikTok and Instagram, Nurses of TTSH, and we'll catch you in the next roll call. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Girl.
Follow us on.